It has been so long since I have been live. Welcome. I'm going to give it a second for some people to hop on because it has been a while since I have been live. I know I have a lot of new followers, people that haven't had this live experience with me, so I wanted to go live and just kind of talk with you guys and go over what makes up your credit score, because that is the most important thing to know. Number one, if you want to fix your credit. So hello, how's everybody doing? Let me know where you're tapping in from as you join the live. Weston, can you not do that? Go put clothes on. What is up with kids? Man, my son's running around in his underwear. Oh my God. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Let me know where you're tapping in from. I'm here today because I got a lot of stuff going on. I wanted to just say hello to all of my new followers because I know I have a lot of new people that are following me and maybe haven't had a live experience with me. So here I am. Yeah, parenthood for sure. It's the weekend and they think it's okay to just run around their underwear all day. But I'm like, no, because if he runs past, you're going to see him. So I have to make sure that I block that area because I doubt he's listening to me. Anyway, hello, North Carolina. Hello. For those of you that are new here, my name is Dominique. My husband, Mikhail Bennett, and I, we both help people to fix their credit themselves using our DIY course, okay? So we have a brand new course that is out, and I wanted to talk about it because you guys can actually fix your credit now using AI, and it is amazing. So, Boston Your Products is... Okay, well, you got to get in on that and start using it because that's the only way that you're going to be able to change your situation, For me, myself, years ago, I had really bad credit. I went through having to move and actually put down more money on my deposit because my credit was so bad. I've had cars repoed. I've been through things in the past when it comes to my credit. And I actually paid somebody $500 to fix my credit, and they ghosted me. They didn't do anything to help me. So when that experience happened, I'm somebody where if somebody does me wrong, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to figure out how to do it myself. So I went out there and I did my own research, bought a couple courses from some other people, and just, put everything together. And I was able to fix my own credit as well as my husband, Mikhail. We both were able to fix our credit, and it has been life-changing ever since I did that. We started a credit repair business years ago and started fixing credit for other people. But we realized really fast we weren't able to impact as many people as we wanted to. And we've been creating online courses and educating people online for years, since my son was born. My first son was born in 2013. Okay, I have 3 boys. We wanted to be able to help more people, and we realized, okay, if we just fix it for them, that's not getting to the root of the problem. The root of the problem is the bad habits, the poor habits that people have. And I can say that because I was one of those people. I had bad spending habits, and a lot of it is just because I wasn't educated. I didn't understand how important my credit was and how it was going to impact my future, right? So we decided to create a course where we teach people exactly the methods that we used as a credit repair company to teach people how to fix their credit themselves using our strategies. So if you're new here, put a 1 in the chat so I can get a feel for who's here. If you have my courses already, you can put a 2, you can say a little something about it, or if I've helped you in some way, shape, or form. Because, a lot of people know me for credit, but that is not the only thing that Mikhail and I do. We've been creating online courses, we create sales funnels, we help other businesses to scale their businesses. This is just something that we do to really help impact other people because, we know that credit holds people back from so many things in life. And once you fix your credit, it opens up so many doors for you. We just purchased our very first home last year. Wait, what year are we in? 2024. Losing track of time. But yeah, so, and we wouldn't have been able to do that without having good credit, and we, have gone on to do so many other things, get approved for over $100,000 in business credit, which years ago, I didn't even know anything about business credit. And for those of you that don't know, I have a banking background. I was in banking for 16 years. And I didn't know anything about business credit. I was even on the commercial real estate side, and I didn't know about business credit, right? So it didn't occur to me until I actually took a class. And all right, I'll read what that says. But I took a class that taught me about business credit, and I was like, holy crap, like I've been investing my own money, my hard-earned money from my job to fix my credit, to invest into my business, to grow my business. And I didn't have to be doing that. Like, I have good credit. I can go and get business loans, you know? I paid CS and they had an ad saying that within 3 months my credit report was supposed to be clean. Not true. Yeah. See, so many people make the mistake of paying other people, and it's okay. Like, I did the same thing, right? But the reality is, like, those companies don't care about you. You're just a dollar sign to them, okay? They don't care about your credit as much as you do. And that's why the education is so important. So I will say, like, if you guys are interested in, I have 2 different courses, okay? Number 1, I have my Credit Essentials bundle. That is like the bread and butter of our business. That's the course that everybody has and has success with. We have a brand new course that just came out this week. It's teaching you how to fix your credit using AI. So for those of you that might be struggling, you know, with creating your own dispute letters, you don't know what to put in them and things like that, you're going to want to grab that course too. So if you're interested in the AI course, you want to comment the word AI, or you can comment the number 850, all right? And you'll be able to get access to that. It's the launch price right now is $27, so it's super affordable. And that's the other thing about my husband and I, you know, we understand that a lot of people don't have money, especially right now. So I wanted to make sure that people can get access to education, get access to this information, and not have to put out hundreds of dollars. And I understand, you know, that our courses are very thorough, very well involved, and they are easily worth, you know, $300, $400, $500, $1,000, but they're not priced at that. And the only reason being is because we want to be able to help people. That's the whole reason why we do this. So we understand that most people don't have that kind of money sitting around, you know. Someone said, my collection was removed in 30 days. My charge off was removed from 2 bureaus and waived the last one. Beyond grateful. See, like, these are people that are doing it themselves. Like, they all say beyond grateful, like, I'm so thankful, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I didn't, you know, do anything besides teach them, like show them, you know? Yeah, Nancy, I paid 3 companies, no results. I'm going to pin Mikkel's comment here. But yeah, like, people pay other people, and it drives me crazy. Like, I get people are busy. I get you have work. I get you have kids. Hello, you're looking at the definition of busy, okay? I have 3 kids. My youngest is 2. He's home with me all day, and I never make an excuse for not being able to get something done. You know, like, you have to do it. Like, if it's important to you, then you have to make time for it. And the best part about now being in 2025, like, you can use AI to make it so much easier on you so that you're making that process a lot quicker, okay? But we do have both of those courses available. Felicia, your guys' program changed my life. Followed exactly, did it all myself. Exactly. I think it can be overwhelming because anything new is overwhelming. You know, something that you haven't been through or learned just yet, it's going to be overwhelming when you first start. That's normal. But the thing is, we have a community as well, amazing community, where we help people because we understand, like, yes, you can fix your credit yourself. There are people that go through the entire process, fix their credit, and they never join our community. But then there are people that are like, you know, I've got negativity around me at home. I have people that don't believe in me. I have people that just aren't interested in what I have going on. So we created a community of people that are also fixing their credit or have fixed their credit, and maybe they're going on to do other amazing things. And you can connect with those people. You can ask questions 24/7. We have 2 live Q&As in that community per week, and we have a 7-day free trial for that community as well. So, oh, thank you, Nancy. Yeah, so many great comments here. The best investment ever was with you. Now I have to start my business funding. Yes, thankful for you both. Oh, I'm thankful for you guys too, you know, because you didn't have to make that decision to change your life. And it's crazy, like, all the things that credit has opened up for us. And for other people, you know, like, just being able to go and buy a car, go and buy a house, go and be able to, you know, get approved for things and not be, like, nervous when you're standing in line waiting to check out and you want to apply for a credit card, you're not sure if you're going to get approved, or if you go and buy a car and you're waiting for your application, to come back, and you're just like, oh my God, like, what am I going to get approved for? Or am I going to get approved? Do I need a cosigner? And most people can't even get a cosigner because so many people's credit is so messed up. So what's amazing is once you fix your credit, you can help people around you and help impact them. That's the whole idea of it, right? It's like, fix your credit yourself and then help other people to do the same thing, And I'm not saying you have to go out and start a credit business. That might not be for you, but you can help your mom, your sister, your friends, people that are struggling and could really use the help, because that feeling of like, I have so many people that reach out to me and are like, I fixed my credit, now I'm working on my sister's credit, and they just like feel so good because they're like, I was able to remove all these negative items for them, and it feels so good, and a lot of them are doing it for free. for free. Oh, I talk too fast. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so I wanted to talk to you guys today because, of course, I have to educate you at the same time. That's my purpose in life. That is what I'm here to do, is to educate you. So even if you don't buy anything or haven't bought anything from me, I want to make sure that I give you some knowledge that you can take away today and start fixing your credit now. So comment the word AI or comment the word 850 to be able to start your credit journey using the power of AI. I'm telling you guys, it is incredible. Like I said, our other course, the Credit Essentials Bundle, that was created years ago, when AI wasn't a thing, and it still works to this day. But we've created this new course that shows you how to fix your credit using AI. It's pretty incredible, especially for those people that are busy, who maybe don't have the time to, type out letters and don't know what to put in those letters. You can use the power of AI to create them yourself. So let's talk about what makes up your overall credit score. So number one is your payment history. That is 35% of your overall score. So that means late payments will bring your credit down significantly. Collections will bring your credit score down significantly. Charge-offs, all those things, they will bring your credit score down. And a lot of people think, man, now I gotta wait 7 years for this to come off my credit report. I thought that too. And like I said, I was in banking for 16 years and I thought the same thing. And that is just simply not true. You do not have to wait 7 years for it to come off your credit report. What a great name. Whose name? I don't know whose name you're talking about, Mikkel. So those late payments and things like that, people are like, okay, like how do I get these late payments off my credit report? Well, the thing with late payments is it varies, right? Like if you only have 1 or 2 late payments, you can probably just simply write a letter to the CEO or do a billing error dispute to get those late payments removed. And when you're disputing late payments, you don't want to use the word delete because you don't want the account deleted. And a lot of times when you use the word delete, that's what ends up happening. And we don't want that to happen. We want as many positive accounts to remain on our credit report. We just want to remove the negative factor to that account, meaning the late payments, right? So if you have a ton of late payments, then you may want to consider removing the entire account. It just depends on how it is impacting your overall score. And those are things that we show you guys and we break down with whichever course you buy. Like if you get the Credit Essentials Bundle, we break it all down for you and show you how to read your credit report. Or if you grab the AI course, or if you grab both, then you're going to be great. But if you buy the AI course, that's going to show you how to enter a prompt into ChatGPT, and it's going to help you to break down everything and categorize everything on your credit report. Because like I said, it can be overwhelming, especially if you have a lot of accounts, a lot of negative accounts, or a mixture of the two. If you've never looked at your credit report and understand what you're looking at, it can be overwhelming. So you can use chat to help you to organize it and make it easy to understand, okay? Put a 1 in the chat if you're new here. If you have been here before, if you have our course, put a 2, and let me know how things are going. We've had a lot of great comments already so far, and right now I'm just going over what makes up your overall credit score. So we talked about payment history. So the best thing that you can do is put your payments on auto pay, okay? Even if it's just for the minimum payment. And the reason being is because there are, companies out there, and I had this experience where you have it on auto pay and it doesn't get paid, right? For whatever reason, whether there's a third party that connects the payment or whatever. And as long as you have it on auto pay, that will be to your advantage because mistakes happen, right? Whether it's an electronic mistake, a computer mistake, or whatever. And as long as you have it set up on auto pay, you can usually get that late payment reversed, like with no issues. So I had an issue with a company called Grain. I had a third party that connected my bank account to Grain, and it was on auto pay. And what happened was the account disconnected, but they never notified me that the account was disconnected. And I was like, set it and forget it, right? Like I didn't go back and check it out and make sure the payment was still being made because I assumed it was, and it wasn't. So what happened was I tried to reach out to Grain. I couldn't reach them. Okay, I couldn't get it resolved with them. So I had to escalate it with the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And I put in a complaint with them about Grain. Grain reached out to me within days, okay? And they were like, we're so sorry. We're gonna remove this late payment from your credit report, and we're gonna also reverse any fees that you got since this happened. So again, it's just super important. Put your things on auto pay for at least the minimum payment, at least, okay? Because it's really going to protect you to avoid getting late payments in the future, all right? Amounts owed category. So this is where utilization comes into play. And for those of you that don't understand what utilization is, so when you get approved for a credit card, you get $1,000 availability, right? Like you get approved for $1,000 credit card, you start spending on that credit card. If that spending goes above 30%, it's going to start to negatively impact your score. Even as you're spending and carrying a balance, it's going to negatively affect your score. So what you want to do, especially when you're applying for new credit and you're trying to really build up your credit profile, you want to make sure that you keep that utilization under 30%. If you're applying for new credit, I would recommend keeping it under 10%. You really don't want to carry a balance. And like I said, this is about creating new habits, okay? So just understand that I have a lot of students who just didn't know that by bringing, their balance down that it would shoot up their score. So a lot of them will just pay down their cards and their score goes up, It's just about knowing more so that you can make better financial choices, okay? And then if you have a lot of high balance credit cards and you're like, listen, like I just don't have the money to pay them off, blah, 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 blah. What you can do is you can add authorized user trade lines, okay? Because what that's going to do, because what makes up your overall score, it's all an average of all of your accounts that are being reported per credit bureau, all right? So that's why your scores are a little bit different and fluctuate between the three, because you might have a credit one credit card and it only reports to Equifax, okay? I'm not giving facts right now, I just was using it as an example, okay? So that's why it differs between the three, okay? So if you have high utilization on one of your cards and it's really negatively impacting your score, you can add an authorized user trade line and that has availability, and that's going to help your overall credit utilization, okay? So by adding that, it's going to lessen the percentage because like I said, it's the average of all your cards. So you might have to add more than one authorized user trade line. If you have friends or family that have great credit and they have credit cards that they don't carry a balance on and they keep it below that 30% at the very minimum, ask to be an authorized user on their credit card. It doesn't mean that you get access to the money. It doesn't mean that you get your own credit card. It just means that you get to reap the benefits of their good credit, okay? Because that's gonna help you. Something that Mikhail and I did very early on in our credit journey, we realized that Mikhail's mom had a lot of credit cards and she was taking good care of them, right? She had a lot of credit cards that she wasn't using. She just had a bunch of store cards that were just open cards and she wasn't really using them much and she was just keeping them paid down. So we asked if we could hop on those and she was grateful, because we gave her some knowledge as well to say, hey, if you just pay some of these other cards down, if you pay some of these other credit cards down under 30%, it's going to increase your score. And it's really going to help you. So if you need to go get a credit card in the future, it's all about giving in order to receive. Like, if there's something that you want out there, like, you need to be giving people things in order for them to want to give you something in return. All right. It's called, law of reciprocity. Okay. So we talked about payment history, which is 35%. Amounts owed is 30%. So those are the biggest categories that really impact your score. All right. So let's talk about the 3 that are less. Like, they don't have as big of an impact, but they still matter, because if you have all those other categories checked and then these 3 things aren't good, it'll be total up to 35% of your score. So it could have a major impact to your score if you don't have all 3 of these other things. So length of credit history. I'm going to say this really loud for the people in the back so that they can hear this, okay? As you are removing negative items from your credit report, it does not mean that your score is going to go up, okay? That's just the reality of it, because what happens is you're removing history from your credit report. If I got a student loan 10 years ago, and I was paying on it on time and everything was good, and then I get a late payment, I decide that I want to remove that credit report. I'm removing 10 years of history. It doesn't matter if it's positive history, negative history. It doesn't matter. If I remove it from my credit report, that's going to negatively impact my score. Sometimes even more than just leaving the late payment would have negatively impacted my score, okay? It really depends. So that's why it's so important to understand credit as a whole, and understand that you need to understand so you know what moves to make at what point. Because I'll have people that say, hey, I have a late payment on my credit card and I want to remove it, but it's from a year and a half ago. I'll say, save that account for last. Go fix all the other things and save that for last, because then you can truly see, how is this late payment affecting my score? Because if everything else is cool and that late payment's on there and your credit is great, then, after removing all those other negative items, then you're fine. You don't necessarily have to remove it unless if it's negatively impacting your score. Because when you go to apply for new credit, a home, anything like a car, they're going to look typically the last 2 years of your credit history is what they're looking at. So if you have late payments that are over 2 years ago, you typically don't have to remove them, because they're not even pulling that info up. So it's all about just making better choices now. Like I said, set it up on auto pay, okay? And that's really, really going to help you guys. Another way that you can increase the history is going to be those authorized user trade lines. So again, friends and family, reach out to them. You can also purchase trade lines, but I don't recommend that until your credit's clean, you're ready to apply. Okay, there's nothing else that's going to hold you back from being denied for new credit. Then you can invest and purchase authorized user trade lines. I do not recommend doing that until your credit is in a situation of where you're like, okay, I know I can go and get approved. Okay, so Tradeline Genie is a place that you can go, and then TradelineSupply.com. Those are 2 reputable companies out there that sell trade lines. Do not buy trade lines from people on Instagram or people on Facebook or anything like that. I just don't approve of it, because what? You know what I mean? Don't do that. There's too many people out here that are just scamming, and it's not okay. So just protect yourself and go through a reputable company. Do not go and pay people that you don't know for authorized user trade lines, unless if it's your sister got it, she got the trade line, it was on her credit. Somebody that it's helped, okay? That you can physically say, hey, can you show me, or whatever. Don't just go paying people that you don't necessarily know for something that's completely out of your control, all right? Hello, welcome. So, all right, we've covered payment history, which is 35%. We've covered amounts owed, which is 30%, and then length of credit history, which is 15%. So we have 2 more categories to cover. Does anybody have any questions about what I've covered thus far? I bought your bundle. I haven't started it yet. I will tonight. Yeah, you better. Because like I said, the longer you wait to start, the longer you're putting off doors and opportunities to open for you. So yeah, definitely open it up tonight. And we did, I don't know if you saw, but we opened opened. We launched a brand new course that goes along with our other courses. It's called the Magic Dispute Vault, and it's AI. Like, it's showing you how to use AI to fix your credit. So I think that it is like the perfect other product to have, because when you're writing those dispute letters, of course we have templates, right? But if you don't know how to take that template and make it your own, then that's where AI comes into play, and it will really, really help you to be able to write those, to be able to write those custom dispute letters. It's pretty amazing, and it hasn't been easier to be able to fix your credit than it is now. And for those of you that are like, because one of the things we teach is like the CFPB, how to submit complaints that way, right? And some people will reach out to me and be like, the CFPB is closed. It is not closed, okay? One of the things with me is like, I don't listen to noise that is out there. I only know what I know to be true and don't believe everything that you hear out there about, what people are saying. And some people are just trying to say things just to get likes and views and things like that. They don't really know what they're talking about. I find that to be more common than anything lately, right? Okay, so let's talk about the last two. So new credit. This is those hard inquiries, okay? So hard inquiries happen when you go and you apply for credit. You're gonna get one most likely on your credit report, whether you get approved or denied, it doesn't matter. So for me, years ago, I went and I applied to get a new car, and Mikhail's credit was bad, my credit was bad. They sent my application out to probably every bank in the United States. So I had like 26 hard inquiries on my credit report. And I only got approved for one of those 26. So, and it's actually a whole bigger story, but I won't get into it. But I got approved for one of those 26, and then all of those 25 other hard inquiries were negatively impacting my score. And it can vary, right? So one hard inquiry can affect you anywhere from like 2 to 10 points per hard inquiry. So think about that. Like, if you have 10 hard inquiries from something you didn't get approved for, that could be, 20 points or 30 points or 100 points. Like, it could be a lot. It really just depends. And I know a lot of people, because I was this girl, okay? A lot of people will go and they'll apply for credit even though they know deep down inside that they're going to get denied. They just keep trying to get approvals, okay? And what happens is, like, the more that you do that, the more thirsty you look and the more risky you look to a bank. Banks base everything off of risk. So if they pull up your credit report and they see you owe people, you've been trying to get money, people are denying you, they're going to be like, we're denying them too. We don't care. They are you look risky to them. So if you pull up your credit report and you look at your credit report and you say to yourself like, ooh, I don't look too good on paper. That's exactly what the banks are going to say. So you can already make that decision for you. I need help. Spent $500, no results. Story of my life, Emerald. I did the same thing. I paid somebody $500 years ago to fix my credit. They did nothing. So I learned how to fix my credit myself. And I have a course. I actually have 2 courses right now. So I have our Credit Essentials bundle. You can actually take a free class. I have a free class for that one. So if you comment the word credit, you can get that free class. I also have a brand new course that teaches you how to fix your credit using AI, and that one's really amazing. They're both super cheap because I understand people don't have a lot of money, especially people that maybe don't have good credit, don't have a lot of money to spend, right? They're trying to use their credit all the time, and they don't have a lot of cash. There's a reason why they are where they are. So if you comment the word AI, you'll be sent that course as well. So my Credit Essentials bundle is $38.80 right now. You can use the coupon code BOO for Halloween. And then my Magic Dispute Vault is $27. That is a launch price. It's only lasting for a couple days, okay? Can you help us help others? Yes, you're asking so many great questions. So let me quick talk about this last category, and then I'll talk about how you can use what you learn based off of use what you learn from my courses to be able to help other people. All right. So I'll break that down in just a second. So we talked about new credit, okay? So you want to remove hard inquiries that are not attached to open accounts. You want to remove any that you've been denied for. Even, for example, you don't have to say sorry. What was I gonna say? Oh, I had applied for Carvana, all right, a few years ago. It got approved. My credit was good, got approved. However, I found out that the company that pulled my credit, which was Carvana, and the company that approved me were two completely different companies. So you know what I did? What did I do? Someone in the chat, what did I do? I'll repeat it one more time. So I applied for Carvana. Carvana pulled my credit, but I got approved through another bank. That bank was not on my credit report. So what did I do? Anyone know? I know there's a delay, so I'll give it a second. Does anybody know what I did with that hard inquiry from Carvana? Nobody know? Yes, correct. I removed that hard inquiry, okay? Because I didn't have an open account with Carvana. I had an open account with the company that approved me. So I didn't need that on my credit report, okay? So make sure that you're removing those hard inquiries that are not attached to open accounts. Okay, last category, credit mix. This means installment loans and lines of credit. So this could be installment loans or, mortgages, personal loans. What else? Mortgage, installment, car loans. Anything where you're getting all of the money up front to make a purchase, and then you have a monthly installment amount that you have to pay over a term of so many years, so many months, okay? A credit card line of credit is anything that you have an available balance and you're able to spend that money and then repay back that money and then use that money again. So that could be a home equity line of credit. Some banks offer lines of credit, period. I have a couple accounts at different banks, and I get their line of credit they offer to cover my, bank account should I have a return check or anything like that. Like something happens, shit happens. So I have that in place so that I can cover myself. That is also an example of a line of credit, okay? So you want to have both. Credit cards are also considered a line of credit, so you want to have a mix of both. Some ways that you can also add those things without having to get new credit. There's credit builder accounts. So Self-Lender is a great company, and they offer installment and lines of credit and without having to get a credit check. So as you're in that rebuilding phase, because like I said, once you remove negative items, you have to rebuild your credit. And don't wait until the end, until everything else is clean to rebuild your credit. You can rebuild it while you're actively repairing your credit and fixing things and removing negative items. You can start to add some positive payment history and start building your credit up that way, all right? That's why it's so important to go through all of my courses. Go through and watch the entire thing and then go back and take action, because there's so many little things when it comes to your credit, and once you understand the big picture, you're gonna be like, okay, now I know what I gotta do. Now I have my game plan, I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, so let me now go back to talk about how you can help other people. So back in 2023, it was probably end of 2022, we had a ton of people that were purchasing our course, getting results. It was when we first started to have a ton of students, and we were listen, we have so many people reaching out to us that are I want to start a credit business, I want to help other people. And there was nothing out there at the time that taught people how to start a credit business. Mikhail and I, we're all about helping people, creating blueprints, video step-by-step walkthrough videos, a course that's going to take you from A to Z, all right? So we were all right, we can do this. Let's make a course that is teaching people how to start a credit business. And that's what we did. So we have our Credit Influencer Academy. It's actually on sale right now, and it teaches you not only how to set up your business, what states to go through and all of those things and how to set it all up. And then it also shows you the marketing on social media, email marketing. You get an appointment system, which is basically a website where people will go to set an appointment with you. All right. And that's how you can really help other people. you can help people without having a credit business as well. So like if you just want to, for free, help friends and family and be able to do that, you can. I will say it will get very old very fast. I'm speaking from experience. It is a lot when you're dealing with other people, for free. So you definitely want to be able to get paid at some point, and we show you how you go throughout that process to be able to do it. We even show you one of the things that Mikhail and I had when we had our credit business is we had an educational like back office for people who we were helping to fix their credit. So it was showing them like how to go and get approved, like the best way to go and get approved for a car loan without having to go through the car company, the dealership. Okay, showing them how to get approved beforehand, showing them how they can add authorized user trade lines, when they should do it, showing them like so many different things, just credit builder accounts, just educating them, because again, we wanted people to make better financial choices, so we had to teach them. So we teach you that in the Credit Influencer Academy too. We actually give you like access to what we created so that you can recreate it for your customers too. So then it's like your customers aren't just paying for the service, they're also paying for the education too, so that they can make better choices, right? So our Credit Influencer Academy, for those of you that might be interested, it is on sale right now. I think it's $4.97, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's $4.97, but that also includes our team. It's myself, Mikhail, and then we have 5 VAs as well that help us. But we're all like a family. But anyway, we set up your business for you. So not meaning like we go and register your business. That's something that we show you how to do. It's very simple. But we actually set up your automated appointment system for you. So with that system, it will automatically email, it'll automatically text people, it'll remind you of upcoming appointments. It has a calendar in there. There's a page where people can go to learn more about you and your company and results that you've been able to get for other people, right? So that's something that we include in there. That used to be like $1,000 that we would have on top of our business. But again, Mikhail and I wanted to be able to get people set up and get them set up quickly. So that's something that our team decided to do. So for those of you watching, like if you have a business and you're looking to create a custom CRM, like a way for you to be able to track your leads and track your clients or your customers, those are things that we custom build for any business. We actually have one that we just custom built for a tax agency. They want to teach other people how to start a tax business and how to have it all organized, and we built that entire thing out for them. So anything that you want to create or that you have in mind, like it's amazing. Once you fix your credit, you're going to have so many ideas. You're going to be like, wow, like that dream that I had in mind that seemed so like far away, like I'm now seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and I feel like this is something that I can actually achieve. Once you fix your credit, that's something that you can easily do. And, you can definitely reach out to me with your ideas and the things that you want to do, because I'm all about supporting people in creating income for themselves and not relying on a 9-to-5. I was in the corporate world I was in banking for over 16 years. And, I was working way too hard for somebody and for a company that really didn't care about me. I was getting paid as a one-woman show, and I was doing the work of 2+ people. In fact, when I left my job, they replaced me with 2 people. Okay, so that was like a slap in the face. And then I had to train both of those people before I left. So, for me, leaving a corporate job didn't seem possible at all until I fixed my credit myself. That is the only thing that made me feel comfortable with leaving my job. I made sure that I had credit. So if what I wanted to do didn't go the way that I had planned and prayed and hoped for, I would have credit as cushion to be able to cover me. But I was able to take my skills, and create digital products like our credit course and so many other courses to be able to help people, which in turn helped me to be able to continue to do what I feel like I am meant to do, And all of you have a purpose too, and you're amazing. You have things that you have in mind that you want to create, and you can do that. You have the power to do it. Right now, it might not feel like that because your credit sucks and, you know, you are only making enough money to cover your bills right now. And some of you might be making money that isn't covering the bills right now. And I've been there. Mikhail and I lived in his parents' basement. We were like $12 in our bank account. And I remember like, we were so like, I don't even know, like so low, and just, how old were we? So I was 20, how old was I when I had my first son? I can't even think, 22, 23 when I had Braxton. So I was probably like 25, 26. And I was just like, what is this? Like, this is not how I'm supposed to live. Like, I grew up. So like the difference between, we have a lot of different things about us, but like I grew up middle class. Like, my family was well off. My dad owned his own business. I saw him work super hard to be able to provide for our family. My mom stayed home. My mom didn't work, you know? So that's what I grew up understanding and seeing. So when I wasn't able to do that for myself, I was like, this isn't it. You know, like I saw that in my life, and we had everything taken from us because decisions that people made. But I won't get into that right now. It's probably in one of my past lives where I like really broke down and talked about that. But, you know, we lost everything, and I was like, I need that. Like, I know what that feels like, and I want a better life for my son. And now I have 3 boys. And like I said, last year we were able to buy our very first home, and it was not just, so my dad has built homes for years, and I always wanted, because when you rent for so long, you know how it is when you rent. You're renting somebody else's home, right? Somebody else's stuff, somebody else's lived in home. And for us, oh, yay, thanks. And for us, we wanted new. Like, we worked our butts off to get where we are. We didn't want to live in somebody else's home. We wanted to have our own home and have it be fresh and show our boys what's possible. And, you know, we were able to do that last year without a W-2 from a job, you know? And it's just such an amazing feeling because we came so far and we really created it. So my biggest piece of advice to anybody out there is learn skills. Please go out there and learn how to do something that is going to make you money. You can see I'm getting like teary-eyed because I'm so serious. Go out there and learn a skill that you can use to help other people. Even if you are a business owner and you're like, I don't got skills. You're a business owner. What do you mean you don't have skills? You know how to do payroll. You know how to hire people. You know how to fire people. Those are skills that other people don't know, don't have. You have things that you know that other people are dying to learn, are dying to know about. Like, you have to go out there and acquire skills, because I talked to Mikhail about this the other day and it makes me upset. I'm like, what's crazy is like, if we were to go broke, okay, for some reason, we have skills. I don't have to go back to a job. I can create something that I know will help people and impact other people, and I know it's going to come back to me because I went out and I learned the skills. I put in the work. I work so late at night sometimes. There are nights, I'm in my office right now, there are nights that I sit here at my computer and I am up so late at night serving other people, not doing things for myself, you know? And there are so many people out there that the only way they can make more money is if they have more time. But you only have so much time. You are not going to have, like, and we're getting older, right? And it's harder to do the things that we used to do. I'm 36. And, you know, racing my son in the parking lot the one day. The next day, I was like, oh my God. I was like, my legs are hurting. Why? And I was like, oh my God, because I raced him. Like, we're getting older, okay? Time is not on our side. So please learn the skills now, something. Today, okay, my mom totaled her car 2 weeks ago. She's fine, thank God. It wasn't even her fault. She got some money. I helped her to find a vehicle where she wouldn't have any car payment, like paid off the car, all that stuff. So we got her in a new vehicle. The kid who we bought the car from is 20 years old. Wasn't his, like, he has a company. where he's selling cars. He's 20 years old. I said to him, I said, what you're doing is amazing. I said, whoever your parents are, whatever, I said, they're raising you right, and like, they should be very proud of you. Like, this is amazing. A 20-year-old, you know? And it's like, I'm 35. I wasn't doing that at 20, you know? It's incredible. And it's like, he's not better than you. He's not. He just made the decision of like, I'm not going to work a job. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to buy cars and then I'm going to flip them. He just made that decision. And a lot of you, you know, tax time is coming, and all of those things. I feel like I talk about taxes all the time, but like those things are coming, right? And a lot of you that don't have a business, you still get a tax return. So please, this year, use that tax return to invest into something that's going to teach you something so that you can help other people around you, all right? These are all things that I am constantly telling my sons. Like, it is so important to understand how to do something. My 12-year-old has had a YouTube channel for many years. He has almost 2,000 followers. It's a faceless channel. He's not even on it. And he's actually going to be working on a course that I'm helping him to create a course teaching other people how to make YouTube channels, how to edit your videos, how to find trending audio, you know, how to edit the videos and all those amazing things. Because I'm like, buddy, you have a skill that most people don't have. And he's been wanting to sell something at school for the longest. And I'm like, you can't sell things at school. Like, you just can't anymore. Like, we did that way back in school, but you can't do that anymore. So I said, what you can do, you can create business cards and have your little website on there. And you can give the business cards out to your friends that might be interested. And then they can go home, buy your course for $5, you know, and now he's got some income because he sees how the life that Mikhail and my son has seen everything. He's been there. My oldest son has been there since we've been broke, okay? So he saw how his life changed over the years. And he's like, I want my own business. He's like, I don't want to work for somebody else. I want to start a business. And he's just so inspired by that. And that's inspiring for me. And I'm just like, yeah, let's go. What are we creating? Like, what can we record, you know? And he does so good in front of the camera, and he's just amazing. And it's because he made the decision. This is another conversation I had with him the other day. He wants to, so he plays football right now. It's his first year playing tackle. He's played flag for years. He's amazing. Like, he's really good. He's a very strong, but like sweet person too. Like, but he's so good. He's come so far, and he wants to play a different position. But he, you know, it's his first year in tackle. Like, you have to prove yourself, you know? And I told him, I said, anything that you want to do in life, you can 100% do it. At the end of the day, it has nothing to do with me, has nothing to do with your dad. It's all about you. You have the power to decide that that's what you're going to want to do, and you have to work for it. I said, you see all these things around our house? You see the life that we lived? I said, this wasn't given to me. I earned it. I worked my butt off to get what we have. And if I want to keep what we have, I have to keep working, keep educating, you know, keep showing up for other people. And that's something that I need to do more of. I feel like I don't come on. I obviously am not live often. I used to go live all the time, and I feel like I need to do that more. You know, and that's just me being completely transparent, because I know I have new followers every single day. I have new people that are finding me all the time, and they don't know me, right? They don't know my heart. They don't know who I am. They don't know what I stand for. And I need to go live more, and I need to give more. So today's the day that I'm starting that. You're going to see me go live more and help more people, because that's my calling. That's what I'm meant to do. And if I want my son to do that, I have to do that. I have to show him, right? We shouldn't be parenting on things that we don't do ourselves. That's something that is a hard pill to swallow sometimes, but here we are. So I'm going to commit to showing up more too. Does anybody have anything else before I go eat? I haven't eaten all day. My whole day was dedicated to my mom. Oh, and I have an appointment. Dang. All right. Well, I just wanted to say thank you, everybody who showed up today. I hope that you guys got some information that you can go and start applying now. You know, don't be a hoarder of information, okay? You want to apply the information that you get. You don't want to hoard it. You want to go and apply, because nothing is going to change unless you take action. I invested in the academy and did nothing. Need to get motivated again. Yes, please do. Let me see. Can you have an eviction removed? Yes, you can have an eviction removed from your credit report. 100%. 100% you can have an eviction removed. I've had people do it. It's all about just like what you put in your letter and things like that. So, yeah, I'm hoarding info. I get that. It's, you know, like I used to be that kind of person too, where I just would buy other people's courses, buy all these things, and then I wouldn't go through them. It's just like, okay, like it makes me feel better because I know that I purchased it, but that's not going to change anything. I'm still not going to know how to do the thing that I paid for unless if I go through it and actually do it. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great Saturday. For those of you that are interested in learning how to fix your credit yourself, I promise you, you won't regret it. We have 2 courses right now. I really recommend getting both because there's pieces in both that will like benefit you. So our Credit Essentials bundle is $38.80. Okay, that's how much it costs. One-time fee, lifetime access. So if you comment the word credit, it's going to take you to our free credit class. You'll learn a little bit more, hear from me, hear from my husband, and then you'll see the button at the end where you can actually go and buy if you're interested in that course. Our other course that just launched this week is our Magic Dispute Vault. That is $27. That's the launch price. It's only going to be that price for the next few days, and then it is increasing. But I wanted to make sure that people could get their hands on it now. So all of those things are available in my link tree, but if you're interested in the AI course, comment 850 or comment the word AI. But anyway, everything's in my link tree. Just go to my bio, go there. And I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Thank you again for taking the time to hang out with me. All right, bye.